Welcome to Module 1, where we're talking about pain as a loop, not a fault. Now, I know if you've been in pain for a long time, that it's almost impossible not to feel like something within you is broken. How could you not? Every movement, every sensation, there's discomfort. It's just there. It's always there. It's not going away. And I guess it's very natural to feel that it's just broken and it's always going to be that way. And I guess that's what this module is about, helping you understand what pain actually is. Unless you're a neurobiologist and a pain scientist, there's so much about this thing called pain that our human brains can't even fathom. But I'm going to try and break it down really simply. You have to remember the brain can't see, it has no direct contact with the external world. It uses our eyes and it uses the sensory inputs from all of our senses to determine what's going on out there. And as those sensations come into the body, they go through different filters, different parts of the brain. Almost if you picture like 3 or 4 guys or gals up there, as the sensation comes in, they may put a stamp on it, safe or unsafe. They may put a, unfamiliar, not sure about this sensation, in which case more awareness is shed to that area to gather more information. Eventually that sensation, there's a judgment made amongst the group up in your brain as to whether this sensation is a threat. Now, if your brain perceives that this sensation is a threat, then the output that comes back down is one of pain. It gets the label pain, and you experience it as pain. So pain is an output. That's the first thing to know. And it's judgment of whether it's a threat or not. The influences, or the guys, if you like, or the gals that are having input into that decision are your memories, are your previous experiences in your body, are your thoughts about what's happened, and are your feelings about what's happened. All of those things are the filters through which this sensation gets run to determine if this sensation is a threat. And like I said, if it's a threat, then the body, the nervous system calls it pain, and you experience it as pain. Now, when you've had the pain or the threat for a long time, then you have what we call a super wired nervous system. It's hypervigilant, it's protective, it's bracing, it's doing things that a safe nervous system just simply doesn't do. It stays in sympathetic overdrive, which affects our biochemistry, which affects your ability to heal the tissue that may be sending the sensation. If you think of an alarm system in your home that gets triggered repeatedly by a leaf falling, that's what's going on. The leaf is of no damage, but the system is so wired to notice everything that any sort of movement triggers it and it responds. And that's what we're basically trying to help, or what I'm trying to help you understand in this butchered version of pain science, is that you're not imagining it. It's what you feel. But the sensation you're feeling is a result of your nervous system feeling threat. And if we can somehow teach your nervous system that this sensation is safe, then the signal becomes labelled in a new way. So your, lesson or invitation for this first part, there's 3 questions I want you to consider and to write down. And I'm going to look down here to read them to you. First question, I want you to take a piece of paper and write honestly. It doesn't have to take you long, but we're just sort of trying to get clarity about this sensation in your body, because uncertainty feeds a sense of threat. So even just getting a bit clearer about your sensation can help make you feel safer with it, which can down-regulate the intensity of the sensation. So first question, when did your back pain first begin? What was going on in your life? Try and remember everything that was going on at the time of your first back injury. Now, some of you have had many. Let's call it the first significant injury. Try and make a note. Were you under pressure? Were you in a shit relationship? Were you feeling any sort of pressure? Were you feeling unsupported? Was it a fast-paced job? Was there a lot of driving? I don't know. We're not judging anything here. We're just trying to get some clarity. Second question, what do you believe your pain means? So if you've been given a diagnosis, if you've been given, disc or facet joint or sacroiliac joint or osteoarthritis, or what do you believe that actually means? What words do you use? Do you, equate it with damage? Do you equate it with wear and tear? Are you thinking it means it's weak or, that it's going to get worse? Just write down all those, ideas, beliefs that you have about the situation that you're in. No judgment, just get it all down. Final question, what have you changed in your behaviour since the pain began? Maybe you're avoiding some movements. Maybe you're avoiding social situations. Maybe you're avoiding a work environment. Maybe you're over-controlling aspects of your life so that you don't get the pain. Maybe you're sitting in a specific chair. Maybe you've got a lumbar support in your car. Maybe you don't drive too far because you know that sets it off. Try and write down all those things that you have modified since this pain experience. Think also about situations that you avoid or you fear, or situations that you may do, but you're kind of vigilant when you're doing them. Maybe it's a walk. Maybe you won't walk hills, but you walk flats. Just all those sorts of things. Again, we're not judging. We're just sort of getting it all down. We're not trying to fix anything here. What we're trying to map is a loop between protection, more pain. It's a bit of a cycle. And we just want to have all the variables down on the page exposed to you. Nervous systems, once they have clarity, once they're given some fresh information, once the sensations are reinterpreted, they can down-regulate that message of pain into a different sensory experience. And that's basically the theme of this first core module. We just really, the mantra of this module is that this sensation is information. It's not evidence of harm. Okay? That's the key. Keep repeating that to you. There's information in this sensation. And that's where we're going to proceed with our next modules. Hope that's helped. Just think about as I was talking or over the next 24 hours, do certain thoughts immediately increase tension or fear in you? Even as I'm speaking, are there things that trigger you or you react to? Write them down. Does vigilance in your system rise before the pain intensifies? Have you experienced that? Do you notice moments when the pain feels familiar or expected? Almost like your nervous system has habituated to pain in this environment or in this situation or around this person, God forbid. So the key takeaway is before changing how you think, how you move, how you feel, what you're doing with your emotions, we must understand why this loop exists. It's your body trying to protect you. It's trying to overprotect you, I would say, but it's not doing anything that it doesn't think is in your best interests. And the only way we start to dissolve this loop of protection is more information, more clarity, and I guess a little bit more of shifting the lens and educating and asking some deeper questions. Not trying to fix anything here, just trying to simply shine a light on your patterns and your system so that you can gain some clarity around it. Solutions are for down track. At the moment, we're just trying to start the very first steps. I hope that helps. We're going to look at in the next session what is feeding your loop, your protective loop. But first of all, let's try and establish when it started, how it started, why it started, and we'll go from there.